And here we are for game 2. This hand isn't the most exciting hand in the world. Is a little bit vulnerable to Ember Smiths, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I can't really mulligan too much to try and avoid this vulnerability. Simply because my only real outs to it, to Ember Smiths, are the Fume Spitter and the Contagion Clasp. And the odds are that I can't really mulligan to those, otherwise I might just mulligan into Oblivion, when this hand might be fine if he doesn't have the Embersmith. Even if he does, I've got a little bit of time to draw out of it because it doesn't really kill me that quickly. If he doesn't have it, then I can make this Blight Mamba and get stuck in. He's obviously made a spell bomb there. Hopefully I'll be able to make Viridian Reveal before he wishes to sacrifice it. So at the very least, my Reveal will powerfully cycle. At best, he'll let me turn it into a Harmonize or better. Cistbearer is a card I really wanted to draw on account of its 3 toughness. If he makes Embersmith, then I can just make Throne of Geth. Although, coming to think of it, actually, I probably won't, because in some of his games, I did notice him having a multitude of like Revoke Existence and so on. So he actually seemed to have more of those than things like Galvanic Blast. So I'm going to run out the Blight Mamba. Even if I kept it back for regeneration mana, that's really slow, and it doesn't seem that difficult if he then later draws an Embersmith for him to just keep him tapped when he wants it to, or just kill him when I try and tap out for something cooler. So if he has like a Galvanic Blast, I'm going to be pretty happy if he uses it on that rather than Tildjalad Fallen. It's pretty annoying that he's taking so long. Obviously, I'm spending a lot more time than normal, simply because I'm talking and trying to concentrate at the same time, which is pretty tricky. I'm really respecting the Channel Fireball guys for the uncanny ability to be able to keep talking and play well at the same time. I guess maybe I should have practiced this more, huh? Now, the fact that he used his Panic Spellbomb obviously implies he doesn't have Furnace Celebration. Or at the very least, he was stuck on land. But, you know, him using it and not letting me draw from Revel is absolutely fine. And making Cistbearer here is pretty nice also. I guess he might have been hoping that I would make a Contagious Nymph for an Arc Trail or something, despite the fact that I haven't seen an Arc Trail from his 3 games of replay so far. That's a nice Origin Spellbomb. If he blows that up and makes the guy, that's totally fine, because it's not really stopping me from Cistbearer-ing him. I guess that's kind of a word, I don't know. He's attempting to race me, similar to round 1 opponent. It does not seem like the best the best of plans, to be fair. Now, I have the option here, either I attack with both, so that leaves me with regen mana up. Then, I'm not entirely sure what he would do with his spell bomb. Presumably he's going to crack it regardless, and then want, because he probably won't want to block the Blight Mamba if I've got regen mana open. But then that would kind of prevent me from doing other stuff. He might crack it just to block the Cysbearer, but that doesn't seem too terrible for me. I could cast Viridian Reveal, which will probably draw the activation of Spell Bomb in response. However, that means once this guy's in play, I'll just swing in with Cysbearer, and if he blocks, then I get to draw. I think I'm actually going to do that right now. Depending on how on the ball he is, he might not he might not sack it now, which would be pretty nice because then I'll get to draw 2 cards from his spell bomb overall. And that's exactly what happened. He did not crack it in response, so he seems to have conceded in shame. I'm not really sure how else to explain his decision to concede right there. Although, like I said, maybe that's just this guy's thing, where he concedes on the spot for no reason. I mean, my hand and board position was anything but dominant. He could easily have drawn some removal spells or something. So, well, I guess I don't actually need to play all that well to get to the final today, and I hope you'll come back and see what other crazy shenanigans my opponents get up to in the final.